Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mallory Mayer, an American military wife living in Germany. Every week I get on here and make a video about what it is like living in Germany as an American. Today's topic is going to be about starting or having a home-based business in Germany. This has been a requested video and something that has also been on my list, and there's a lot of questions around it and there's a lot of details, so I want to bring you guys some information about the process and what you might be getting yourself into if you decide to have a home-based business in Germany. If you like these videos and don't want to miss any more, make sure to hit the red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up so that I know you like this type of content. Also, leave me a comment below on your ideas of what I should talk about. Like I said, this video about home-based businesses, or HBBs as I'll probably refer to it from now on, is a request from a viewer. So please leave me your ideas below. A primary question that you might be asking yourself is, should I work while we're stationed in Germany? And I'm not going to really answer that question here, but you can go watch the video that I did several weeks ago on this very topic. I go over all the different options that you have in Germany. The short answer is that it's a very personal decision on what exactly you decide to do for work while stationed here, if you decide to work at all. What I have done is I have a home-based business. I kind of did both starting and bringing one here. I have a business with doTERRA International, which is an essential oil company, and then I started my umbrella business, my personal business called Warrior Life Wellness, and you can go check out my Warrior Life Wellness channel here if you would like to watch health-related videos. And then I recently started doing a remote work job from home teaching kids in China English. And I will have a link to that company. They're called VIP Kids, and I'm absolutely loving it. So I'll have a link below with that as well. Okay, how to start a home-based business in Germany. This is what you are really wanting to know, right? So the process is basically the same whether you're starting a brand new business or you are bringing a business from the States that you have had formerly. The specifics and the nitty-gritty are going to vary from base to base because they're all in different states in Germany, so each state and each city will have their own rules, and then each garrison will have their own rules. So what I'm talking about regarding Wiesbaden may not be necessarily 100% accurate for, let's say, Vilseck or Grafenwehr. But there are three main things that you need to do in order to legally run your HBB while stationed in Germany. One, you need to get registered with the local government. Two, you need to get a tax ID. And three, you need to be A-OK with the garrison. You need to be registered and approved by your garrison. So there should be a POC for HBBs at your garrison, at your base, and I know that was just a lot of acronyms, but get in contact, find out who that is, your POC for HBBs, and get in contact with that person. Ask to get the paperwork before you even get here so you can start looking it over. It may not totally make sense until you're here, but at least you can have that stuff in hand and even print it out before you get here. There is an extra step that I did not have to go through because my business is primarily online and I'm not making things to sell. But if you have like a craft type of business, I believe there is an extra registration that you have to do, Handwerk, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You have to get that registered if you're doing something like that. Okay, so you have the packet, you've looked it over, you've started filling things out. Your first stop is going to be, I gotta look at my notes because it's this huge long German word and I'm probably gonna butcher it. Gewerbemeldestelle. Did I say that right? I know I have German people watching this. Gewerbemeldestelle, trade registration office. Thank you, Google Translate. So you'll want to go to the trade registration office in your city. This form, at least here in Wiesbaden, has to be filled out entirely in German. Google Translate is going to be your friend in figuring out how you're supposed to describe your business. They will give you a copy of this form, stamped, all approved, and that's pretty easy. That first step is pretty easy. The next step is to go to the Finanzamt. That's the tax office. You will need to go to the tax office in your city to get to register for a tax ID. Okay. For me, it was really easy. I just dropped the paperwork off and then you just wait. For me, it took me 1 week to get my tax ID. Some people wait weeks and weeks and weeks. So it just depends. I guess it depends on our workload, maybe holidays that are happening at that time. But it could happen anywhere from 1 week to several weeks. You will receive it as a letter in the mail. So watch your local mail, not your APO. You will want to use your German, actually, scratch that. You have to use your German living address, even if you live on base, for your home-based business stuff. And I will get to that in a minute on why that is. If you really want to make sure you're doing all this tax ID stuff correctly, find a local tax advisor to tell you exactly what to do. Okay, so I am not, here's my disclaimer, I am not an attorney, I'm not a CPA or whatever. So I am not, this does not constitute legal or tax advice. All right, so while you're waiting to get your tax ID, you can be filling out the paperwork for the garrison. And this is going to be the biggest part. The German forms may be confusing because you have to do it all in German, but the garrison paperwork is a lot. At least it was a lot here in Wiesbaden. It includes some official army forms like, hold on, army language is really like a whole nother language. So I have to read this too. AE form 210-70A. Oh yeah. A catalog and prices of the things or services that you were selling, a letter or an application if they provide you one, petitioning the garrison to start an HBB, signatures from all the people that live in your stairwell if you're living on base saying that they approve of you operating this HBB, and also a business plan. That list is not comprehensive. There may be things I'm forgetting. If you live off base, there were different instructions. There's like an additional form you had to fill out. So just refer to that packet. You will also need a copy of your official orders and any amendments, and a copy of your military ID and your SOFA passport. Okay, so now you got your tax ID from the German government, you have all your forms filled out. Now you're going to want to visit the HBB POC, might need to make an appointment, but you want to bring this whole packet into them and they will review it. They'll look it over. If there's anything missing, they'll have you fill it in before they take it and officially submit it for review. And then you wait for the garrison commander's signature. And for me, it was pretty quick. I think I got approved within a week. So once I actually did these steps, it didn't take that long. Okay, so now you know the basic steps. Again, don't take my word as, you know, the absolute truth, because there may be nuances for your specific garrison that I didn't have to do. But now I want to give you an actual look into what it is like to operate an HBB, because while there are some advantages to having an HBB, like flexibility, having control over exactly what you're doing, not having a boss, all of that kind of stuff, there are some things that you will have to deal with. And if you're somebody like me who was prone to getting anxious, it might not be worth it to you. So only you can make that decision. So there's a few rules. Actually, there's a lot of rules, and I'm just gonna tell you a few of them. One, you cannot use the APO mail system for any business related activities, sending or receiving. You can't use your usurer registered vehicle for business activities. You can't use the PX or the commissary or any tax-free thing, including using VAT exemption forms from German businesses. You can't use any of that to purchase items for your business. You can't use your usurer registered vehicle to advertise. You can't have like a doTERRA sticker on your windshield or anything like that. You can't solicit door-to-door on base, which that's probably pretty obvious. And you need to have the memorandum that is signed by the garrison commander with you at all times when conducting business. So, is it worth it? I chose to do it. There is a lot of red tape, but I wanted to operate my business here, or at least get it started. So you can make that decision for yourself. I hope this video was informative and that it gave you a good idea of what you're facing. Like I said, if you get the paperwork before you come here, then you can look it over and really, there's no obligation if you get the paperwork. You can decide if this is really for you. And you can decide while you're here. It's not like you have to decide right at the beginning. But if you are operating a business already and you're making money, you need to register your business like time now. Okay, well, thank you so much to the person who suggested this topic. And I hope you guys found it helpful. I know that there's other spouses that have questions about this. If you have more specific questions, please leave them in the comments below, or you can also email me at my email address, which is listed in the description box. So thank you for joining me this week. Like I said, I make these videos every week about military spouse topics on living in Germany. And I know that it can be overwhelming at first moving here, but there are lots of us who have done it and are willing to offer our support and tips. So until next week, I will see you guys in the comments.